Yes, hello guys. Welcome to another episode of Sporting and Out. So today basically we'll be giving you details and what you need to know about different transfers that are going on in Europe and everywhere. So we'll be giving you the transfers. Yeah. So today we'll just be talking everything transfer, and the first news is Chelsea rejects Jadon Sancho and agrees to pay the 5 million fine to Manchester United because they couldn't meet personal agreement. What do you think about that deal? Yes, for me, I'm not happy about that particular deal because I want Sancho out, and like we don't want to keep on talking about this. Sancho is rude, Sancho is this, Sancho is that. And we saw when he played for Chelsea, he played very good. I don't know how Chelsea will reject signing him. He won the Europa Conference League for them. He also made them get to top four as well. Yes, he even scored on the final day, and he has been making noise on how he loves to win trophies with another team. He made us lose. He made Manchester United lose the Community Shield at the beginning of the season. If not, Manchester United would have not been trophyless. For boss, but that's by the way. For Jadon Sancho, I'm not happy that he's going to be at Manchester United next season. And I believe that Manchester United are going to look for a club. We heard that the problem about his contract, his personal terms, that he wants to get paid the same amount he's collecting for Manchester United. He wants to get that same amount at Chelsea. What do you think about that particular issue being the problem? That particular issue is just Jadon Sancho being greedy. And I've seen that Manchester United have actually made players actually look too greedy because when you offer a player 200,000 pounds per week and you want the players to actually play very well, you're using that to actually boost their but it will actually give the player that shoulder pad more value than what they are worth. Yes, so we saw we saw we saw all this happen. We see this happening in Manchester United. Another question we're going to be throwing um here is how Manchester United pays players above what they want. What do you think about that issue? For me, like overpayment is one problem we have. We heard that Manchester United wants to give Kobe Mino 180,000 pounds to stay at Manchester United. I don't believe that. I think there should be a player cap. Yes. We should not have this general 200,000 pounds per week. Manchester United does not even have that's why I love Chelsea. Although I don't like the club, because of their fans, but I love Chelsea because Chelsea has a policy of getting players and giving them a cap on their salary, wages, and so you won't see a player. That's why you see Chelsea actually getting a lot of play. Their team is now looking like an academy where they have an array of players, like 40 something players. So it is this is how they play. If you like increase your wage, another player will replace you. So I think Manchester United needs to actually move our style of football to that, because I don't think we even have a second team. And we saw what our second team could do. We saw what they did in the preseason game against Hong Kong. No, against the Asian All Stars. We saw what they did and played terrible football, losing one goal with Onana at the post. So that's just it. Valuing players more than like Onana now, bringing Onana from Inter and paying up to close to 60 something 60 something million for Andy Onana. And also Messi Mount is another example. Yes, paying that amount to Chelsea to actually get Messi Mount. For Messi Mount coming to Manchester United, I was shocked about that particular transfer. Chelsea had already rejected Messi Mount. They were not really using him then, and Manchester United were now bidding for him like maybe our life depended on it. I don't want to say I don't want to insult Eric Ten Hag, but he really did so many bad signings for Manchester But I think Ruben Amorim is actually taking the fall and is actually trying to improve it. So corrections. We are seeing Mbueno
to Manchester United. It's almost done. Cunha to Manchester United as well.
That's a done deal.
So what do you think about those two transfers? How do you think they will be integrated to that team to actually score more goals?
Yes, for me, for Mbueno. Mbueno is a goal scorer. He scored 20 goals in the Premier League last season. We know he's a goal scorer. No, he scored 20 goals, like 20 goals in the season. For me, Mbueno is very perfect fit for Manchester United. We don't need a player that wants to learn how to score like Zexi. We need a player that already knows how to score.
Yes.
So and Cunha, both of them playing together alongside Bruno Fernandes and Ahmad, that's a very good combination for Manchester United. We know that definitely the only thing we need now is to work on our defense. Now because we already have a good attack. Scoring goals is not more a problem for Manchester United for me now.
Yes.
But defense and keeper is what we need.
I love the transfer news I'm actually seeing about Manchester United, the dynamics. We saw once the news on Sancho actually being rejected by Chelsea. Immediately the Manchester United team actually have, I think, speculations have been said that Manchester United are not keeping Jadon Sancho and will look for a club for him for the next season.
And also this summer, that is Lisandro Martinez.
And Lisandro Martinez
as well. Yes.
Yeah. So another big news that for Manchester United is the intent on Inter Milan wanting Rasmus Højlund, and that will actually give Mbueno and Cunha actually the chance to actually play very well without Manchester United thinking of we have Rasmus Højlund, we have this player. If we can sell these players that think they are available, if we can sell them or loan them out, it will actually give Manchester United, the coach, more chance to actually play players very well. So Inter wants to sign Rasmus Højlund. What do you think about that dynamics? It's not yet set, but speculation says that Inter wants him.
Yes, they said that his agents are already in conversation with the Inter Milan people. I just remembered something I wanted to say. It's about Sancho. How do this agency thing work? I think that Manchester United should actually end the contract of Sancho. If it's proven to be stubborn, we should just terminate his contract and let him go and find a club.
Freedom fighter.
Yes, we should find a club for himself. Yes. If he sees who is going to pay him £200,000 per week, he can get there. But I think he's even collecting higher than that for Manchester United for doing nothing. 200,000 pounds per week.
Manchester United chose to pay him 100,
yes, and Chelsea was remaining 200. So I don't know why a player like that will be playing. But back to Højlund's case of him being wanted by Inter Milan. I'm so happy to hear that news because him coming to Manchester United it looked like a good fit, like something that we needed as a striker. We needed a striker, but
he compared himself with Haaland.
We now got or Højlund instead of Haaland. We don't even know how many goals has he even scored for Manchester United.
But he has 6 goals. He had 6 goals in the Europa. So we can't really say.
For Europa is not the league. So him leaving Manchester, I believe that there are some players that are not just built for Manchester United or for the Premier League.
Do you think? I think for me, I think the dynamics is Ruben Amorim. He actually has the players he wants to play for him in his head, and he knows those players that can actually play to make him happy. It's just like I used to use, though Eric Ten Hag wasn't a good befitting coach for Manchester United, but I actually used to use Eric Ten Hag as an example for coaches. They actually use players that they say they can work, they've worked with. That's why I will love Eric Ten Hag to actually come to Manchester United to actually take most of his players to Bayer Leverkusen. For me, I think Ruben Amorim has a very has the most idea of what is happening in Manchester United
Yeah,
now.
I think he's going to be the busiest manager during this particular summer transfer window because he's going to be selling and buying players
because Manchester United needs a fullback.
Yeah,
and we need
we
need more strikers actually to play different
all back four.
And it's a be a very good thing for Manchester United because Manchester United are not playing for anything because we're not in Europe.
Yes, we're just playing for
top four and
all the other competitions.
Competitions that are for England, the England competitions. So I just hope Manchester United wins a trophy or two next season, probably
with this new injection of players. And I wanted to say about Mbueno. Mbueno, we need to still keep telling people every time because Mbueno is a goal scorer.
Yes,
you won't see Mbueno see a chance and we now
having another big news. Bruno Fernandes is staying at Manchester United. He rejected Alhalal. And so, what do you think about Bruno Fernandes rejecting Alhalal?
Yes, before you even give us the breakdown of what he rejected, I'm really happy about Bruno Fernandes because he's our captain. He has always proven to be a good captain for Manchester United. We've loved him from the time that he came. He
highest goal scorer for Manchester United even the highest goal scorer in the Europa League.
Yes, in the Europa League, he scored. He scored. He has been scoring goals. He has been assisting. Imagine a midfielder.
Premier League record last season.
Yes, and a Europa League record as well this season as being the player with the most goal contributions, 30 something, I guess, and chances created as well.
So before you go, let me just read what he rejected from Alhalal. So he rejected a 231 million package. That will make him have 77 million per year, 6.4 million per month, 1.5 million pounds per week, and 210,000 pounds per day. Rejecting that for Manchester United. I think Bruno Fernandes is that captain that Manchester United needs. People that actually play well for the badge. And I think Ruben Amorim actually he has always been saying it that Bruno Fernandes is not going anywhere. That Bruno Fernandes is staying at Manchester United to continue his leadership role.
Actually, Bruno Fernandes didn't need to leave. Didn't need to stay at Manchester United. It's just because of the passion that he has for the club.
Yes.
I believe he's still going to go to Saudi one of these days, but not now. Well, I wanted to add that Bruno Fernandes has been Manchester United's player for 4 seasons in his career, and he came to Manchester United in 2020, 2019. The only person that has won, the only 2 people that has won it that has won it 4 times is De Gea and Cristiano Ronaldo, and the only person that has won it during Bruno Fernandes' era as Manchester United is Cristiano Ronaldo and Dalot.
Yes,
the 2 Portuguese.
And so Manchester United has become a Portuguese
team, best player team. So he has 4. You can imagine.
Even the best coach in Manchester United history is a Portuguese man. That's Jose Mourinho.
Yes, so we know that we can't say Sir Alex Ferguson is the best, but one of the best.
One of the best.
one of the best is what we call Jose Mourinho because he is a legend in different clubs, legend in Chelsea, legend in Roma, legend in Manchester United, and him rejecting that money that he just mentioned, very, 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 very.
So also this is the news everybody knows. Dilap to Chelsea. I think Chelsea are trying to integrate good players, young players, so to actually play for them. Dilap actually leaving Ipswich for choosing Ipswich for Chelsea. I was disappointed. Oh no, I would say disappointed. I was heartbroken because it was actually
a Manchester United target.
A target for Manchester United, and Chelsea actually getting him. But we all know that the transfer market actually use Manchester United to actually get players to be bought to other teams.
More money, more balls.
Yeah, more balls and all. So it actually increases the price of a lot of players. So we saw that tactics being used for Sterling last season on the last day of the transfer window, where Sterling was actually moved to Arsenal. So yes, Dilap to Chelsea. What do you think about that dynamics itself?
Yes, for me, I believe it's the Champions League football. Him rejecting Manchester United. But for players rejecting Manchester United because of Champions League football, it's not really a wise decision, because Mbueno thinks he has agreed terms with Manchester that he wants to come to Manchester United. All boils down to his agents.
I saw a sport journalist actually say something about the Manchester United movement, and it was like Manchester United players are now picking Manchester United because of fan base. Where we're seeing a lot of players say that the reason why I'm picking the club is I'm a diehard fan. I was a fan of Manchester United when I was small. This is when I watched
the Africans.
This is when I watched the Chelsea when I was small, and now see where I am in that club and all. So I would just say to those people saying that it's not really, it's the passion. You don't really join clubs for the fan
we'll
base.
be speeding up some of the
transfer news. Job Bellingham to Dortmund.
Yeah, Jude
Bellingham's brother accepts Dortmund, Borussia Dortmund. His brother's former club.
Yes.
So I think he just wants that dynamics, probably because I think people actually see players in that league.
No, he would have gotten presence in the English Premier League.
Yeah.
They just get promotion. Sunderland just get promotion to Premier League.
Probably he doesn't want to come to Premier League and
go back again.
So it will look. It's just like those Super Eagles players playing for Leicester City. You won't say Wilfred Ndidi is a poor player.
Yes.
The team is just poor. He performed spectacular well this season in a very poor team.
So he doesn't want to be that player that will come and go back again.
Yes. So that's why I speak. He knows Dortmund can never relegate in the German league.
Yes.
And he knows
we saw even Dortmund at the beginning of last season. They were playing so much, should I say, rubbish, and they brought in a new coach and they finished third.
Yes.
How did that happen?
And also another big news. Barcelona signs Joan Gracia to Barcelona as the first keeper to replace Ter Stegen.
It's not fair. Ter Stegen didn't do anything to Barcelona. Manchester United, Stegen is free now. So if not for the age,
the age and the injury, I think that keeper is actually always getting injured. Any small game he plays.
No, Stegen actually did last season for them. Last 2 seasons now, we can say.
Yeah.
But
he got injured. He came back. Injured again.
Yeah, but if Manchester United is better than Onana in the post,
any keeper is better
than Onana. So Manchester United, Stegen is free now. So we're hearing Chelsea wants to sign Mbueno from AC Milan. How will Chelsea be signing keeper when they have Santos and we have Onana? We're still looking like
no. They've been insulting Sanchez. And Chelsea, I think yes, Chelsea really needs a keeper as well. But Manchester United
we need it more. We need it more.
But
we need it more. Benadia is not a good
Onana is not always. I've always seen Manchester United list of players being. I don't see Onana
on that list. Why?
Why is Ruben Amorim actually keeping that man on his list?
Let's go on.
Okay, so the next news is Alhalal reaches agreements with Theo Hernandez. What do you think about that?
Yes, Theo Hernandez from AC Milan.
Yeah.
I think he played for Chelsea, I guess. Before going to AC. He is a good player and he is looking for a retirement home.
Yes.
So it's not going to be bad if he reaches an agreement with
And
Alhalal.
Alhalal is a trophy team in Saudi Arabia. I really want Cristiano Vero dos Santos Ronaldo to actually sign to Al Hilal. But we're seeing that one special deal that Al Nassr actually gave to Ronaldo, getting 5% of the club for Ronaldo. We would see that kind of offer.
Without the 5%, I want Ronaldo to stay for at least a season
to score that 100
goals. He has 99 goals for
I think he also wants to actually break that record of scoring 120 more goals in Al Nassr. So he would actually be breaking different records.
Yes, Al Nassr's
highest goal scorer. He beats the league's highest goal scorer for a season.
He's currently the highest goal scorer that is not an indigene of Saudi Arabia. So Ronaldo factor, Ronaldo influence, anywhere he goes, he was the highest goal scorer for the second consecutive season, scoring 25 goals in a season.
Also, this news I'm going to be saying is not a new news. We have been hearing it from last season. That's Alexander Arnold to Madrid
since January.
Since January, it's just because of
he will sign, he might sign, he's going to sign,
and he wanted to win the league.
Here we go.
He wanted to win the league as well for Liverpool. Having so much work and not winning that league, it's going to be a disappointment for Alexander Arnold if he signed in January. So I'm just happy for Arnold being integrated to that Real Madrid team. Real Madrid is a trophy club, and we'll see if he actually changed that dynamic in the El Clasico, because we've been seeing a one-sided El Clasico game last season, where we see they normally say Mbappe don't perform, but the last game, which was Mbappe against Barcelona, 3 goals.
3 or 2. He scored
a hat-trick.
Yes.
It was 4-3.
Yes,
Mbappe
scored in the game. He had never scored against Barcelona. That was his first time scoring against Barcelona, and scored multiple goals. So we know his impact, we know his efforts, we know what he can
do. And the last transfer news we'll be talking about, because I think our time is fast spent, is Kingsley Coman expected to leave Bayern Munich. Is that player that Kingsley Coman is that player that they always say that he hasn't been trophyless in any season. But last season was just one different season. Where we saw Harry Kane actually come to the Bundesliga, and Bayern Munich being trophyless last season.
But they redeemed themselves this season by winning the league.
Yeah. So but they just spoiled his record. Somebody that have actually been carrying a record
back to back. He always wins the league in any team that he finds himself.
And last season just was different. He didn't even win a trophy.
Thank God now. I don't think we've mentioned this. Congratulations to Harry Kane. He has broken the curse. There's no more Harry curse again. There's no more Tottenham curse. Son has won a trophy. Harry Kane has won a trophy. Yes. So there's no more curse. What else do you want to use to insult Harry Kane? His work now is to go back to the Premier League and become the highest goal scorer. So collecting it from Alan Shearer.
So congratulations to everyone that have signed news or the transfer market.
Yes.
We're looking for we'll get more transfer news.
On the news that we've not yet confirmed. There are some talking to.
We'll be giving you all the juice in the transfer window. What in announced is not done though.
I'm sure you will enjoy this particular video. You know all the in-depth of what happened.
Yes, so we'll be giving you more news, more gist. Shout out to everybody that is actually watching our video. We love you. Please comment. Your comment actually does help us to actually do better. And yes, so thank you guys for watching. You can also bet on 1xBet using our promo code. Get up to 300% bonus
on your first
deposit
when you register
using our promo code. On the referral corner, use our promo code Sporting and Out, SPORTINANDOUT, Sporting and Out. This advert is 18 plus.
18
please,
plus.
if you are not 18, please don't bet. Don't bet, oh.
Don't bet.
If you are less than 18, don't bet.
Bet
responsibly. No go use money where you want use pay house rent. No go use and bet, oh. Bet responsibly. Thank you very much. Please, thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.